Let me stop doing that. Okay.
All right. Make sure she knows we recording too, so she don't be come out of nowhere.
All right. Ma, we're recording now. She's still gonna find some way to, you know.
Okay. She might know. She might text you. Okay. All right. Ready? Okay, we're
Yep.
recording. Yep. You give us
We
the
go.
count, Cliff.
3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the 3 count. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Chaz Evans, and we are here with another awesome episode of the 3 count. With me, I have Cliff Red Dog Miller.
And now my catchphrase. That's it. Just my catchphrase.
That's it. Okay, cool.
We have to make that a shirt.
I am. I'm telling you. I think this is the episode. I'm gonna go and post and just put a bunch of sound effects, and then I'm gonna have to force y'all to listen to the show if you don't. Especially you, Josh, because you talking about you can't. I know you can't listen to yourself, so I'm gonna force you just to hear all my little sound effects. I might put farts in there too when you
Oh
talk.
Lord.
I might. But yeah, well, let me introduce you. We got my little brother, we call him the guy with the crystal ball, that he doesn't have one really. Trust
I
me,
do
I've
have a
seen
crystal
it.
ball. Oh my God.
No, you
Yes, I
don't.
do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I was just at the house the other day. You don't have one. But we also
He's
call him
lying.
little JJ. He is Josh Evans.
Hello, how you doing? I'm about to look into my crystal ball real quick. Hold on. What do I see? I see a joke, and it's the Raw Tag Division.
Hot take.
Yeah. Ooh, you're right. We will. That's because you know what the schedule, what we're doing. So that's why. But we're missing somebody today. The illustrious Chris Idol, the 25-time WCF ECW heavyweight impact champion of the world, has been attacked. He's been attacked, ladies and gentlemen, by Control, a group in WCF. There's some bad people, and he's missing. I don't know who did it, but when I find out, I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna beat them up. My first suspect is you, Mr. Red Dog.
What do you mean? We've been here every week. Nobody has beaten up Chris Idol from Control. Like, you're talking to me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. So anyway, guys, we were off last week, so we got 2 weeks to cover. So we got a jam-packed show. So let's get right on to it. 2 pay-per-views, right? We've no, 3 actually that we had gone by, and so let's get it cracking. So everyone's heard in the news. So the rumors and speculation. So will the possible NWA AEW merger give a solid lead for AEW in the Wednesday Night Wars? Cliff, let's you start us off.
Yeah, if this news is true, like, I'm super hyped about it, but I really want to see, like, obviously Marty Scurll is kind of like, he's the lead booker for ROH. They just did their pay-per-view kind of mix with NWA, in the hard times. I'm just curious to see if we can get like all 3 of those guys together and get like the super group together to compete against WWE. Because I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. There'd be a lot of great matchups. I mean, obviously, Nick Aldis and Kenny Omega will probably be like one of the top matchups that we could talk about. And then Flip Gordon getting in and mixing up with Sammy Guevara, as well as Kip Sabian. There's like so many great matchups that we could have if ROH, NWA, and AEW could kind of do a thing together, kind of like they did, for All In. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I just want to see. I'd love to see NWA and AEW together, but it's not like AEW really needs NWA. Like, of course, there's always that tradition that comes with NWA, but NWA seems to be doing their own kind of thing and is doing well for them on YouTube, whereas AEW, they've just solidly been beating NXT like consistently.
Yep.
And not really needing a second person to come in. So I don't know if they're looking to bolster up a roster. I guess it'd be kind of cool, but with the talks of AEW having a second TV show coming in, we all know that's AEW Dark. So they're not the roster. I don't know. They don't really need NWA. It's more like NWA needs AEW. But I don't know. It'd be fun to see a pay-per-view that's run with them. I guess I don't know how to still say it.
What about you, Josh?
I honestly, Cliff literally knocked every single one of my bullet points. Like what Cliff is saying, AEW has been, for the most part, been beating NXT in ratings. Even if it's like slightly, they have been winning. So necessarily, they do not need NWA Power in order to lead the Wednesday Night Wars, because they already are leading the Wednesday Night Wars per se. So like Cliff said, I think if it was to happen, NWA Power probably needs it more than AEW. But it would be pretty cool to see.
I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. I think AEW needs NWA. I think from a star power standpoint, besides Cody, and Moxley and Jericho,
the GOAT.
That's it. They're always in the top, tier stuff. I believe that you need more star power to compete with NXT. Yes, they are winning in the ratings. Yes, that is a fact. Don't get me wrong. They are already winning, but it's really evident that Kenny Omega is not the star that they thought he was going to be when he came over from Japan. He's not. The Young Bucks are not. And then their women's champion is not, which we will get into later.
Yikes.
But there is no star power. If you can't tell me one superstar that AEW had that's a woman. Tell me one that has that star power.
Oh, no. In a women's division, you're 100% correct. But here, name me one superstar other than Nick Aldis from NWA.
Eli Drake.
Who?
Ken Anderson.
Oh, we gonna talk about Mr. The guy who got removed by Triple H? That guy?
Oof. Yes, I think.
Whatever. Mr. Kennedy.
It's that ex WWE
Stardom
spectacle that you get when you used to work for that company. Don't get me wrong.
Don't
get me wrong.
What did he do? What did he do?
That's how half of these indie shows get their people to come in.
No.
Is off of these second ex WWE Spectra guys. Do you think half these people remember half the what Gilbert did?
By the way, Gilbert is having his last match at ACW February 28th in Glen Burnie, Maryland. So you guys can look that up. Anyway, what
love it.
What did Mr. Anderson do at TNA? He didn't do anything. He joined. Yeah, he was in Aces and Eights, and that's.
So tell me Aces and Eights wasn't one of TNA shine points with Bully Ray. Of
You
course,
mean the same group that changed their name to Impact? That group? The same group that had to change their name to Global Championship Wrestling or Global Championship Federation or whatever it was. They went through all the name changes. That TNA, the same TNA that took Hogan and Bischoff and then tried to make Eric Bischoff's kid a superstar. That TNA, the only superstar to come out of TNA, as in like the only person that you could really name. You mean AJ Styles? That TNA, that same TNA. Fuck out of here, man.
Oh, wait, no. There's some more. Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about Joe.
No. Who? Again?
Our truth, Xavier Woods. Chris, some of that TNA guys that you talk about are in AEW.
I'm just saying that NWA AEW does not need NWA. And there's nobody on that roster. I guess I'll give you Nick Aldis. And if we want to talk about like a real person who can like kind of help bolster up the roster, Ricky Starks. Like, other than that, nobody else on that roster is needed. Nobody. Sorry.
They need to let go some of the the rest of AEW got. That's just my opinion, but that's another topic for another day. Because after the past couple of Wednesday shows, I have completely been a little skeptical about how people don't know how to work a wrestling match in the basics.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
But yeah, you know. But I mean, that's just me. I think you get former WWE Spectra guys, and everyone loves WWE Spectra. It's just some magical Vince dust that rubs off when you work for him. And like you did with your cheap plug, Gilbert, guys, go see him. Even if you have no
idea
fucking clue who Gilbert and what the fuck he did. He was a joke character, a comedic character, ladies and gentlemen. A knockoff of Goldberg.
Goldberg
is a asshole. But that's another topic for another day. So, guys, oh man, here we come to this. Is Britt Baker's heel turn the fire that's needed for the AEW's women division? I'm gonna go last, so Josh, you can start that one off because I need to get my life.
Yes. And make sure you call her Doctor, by the way. It's Dr. Baker. Dr. Britt Baker. Get it right.
Yes.
Dr.
Britt Baker.
Yes. Put some respect on her name. Love the heel turn. I love everything. Yes. This is exactly what they needed so you can stop trashing that division, even though it is trash.
Trash is not even the word that I have for it. I have a way better, but
dumpster fire.
Better than that. Go.
Yikes. But honestly, I loved her promo with JR because, like, honestly, she was spitting facts. And I was just like, dang. I was like, the Doctor. Ooh, I was like, I'm aboard the Doctor train. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it like that. This is exactly what AEW needed. And now, in a month or two, when we come back, I'm gonna tell you, Chaz, I told you so.
All right. What about you, Cliff?
No, I am also all about Britt Baker's heel turn. However, last week when they were on the boat, the Jericho Cruise, I was kind of trying to figure out why, because she started off as like this face, and then like she turned like mid match, and then she had that weird ass interview with Tony, and where she called him a shitty barista, which I'm not gonna lie, I laughed my ass off because I thought that was pretty good. But it was like, when she came out and she came after JR, I was like, I'm all in with this. I thought this is something that the AEW roster needed, and they needed it for a while. And I don't understand why it took so long. Maybe because Brandy was trying that whole Nightmare Collective thing, and it just wasn't clicking with fans. But I am all about this turn for her because I felt like she was one that was gonna need to do it. Um, so yeah, she could definitely give some energy into it. The only thing I don't think is she's not a very good talker. Clearly, Adam Cole has not been teaching her. And if you're gonna say her name, say it right. It's Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Quit leaving that off. Put some respect on her name, Josh.
Huh? What happened?
So you
Wow.
put some respect on Dr. Britt Baker, DMD name.
Okay, I will. I'm sorry.
Otherwise, I'm gonna come in there. I'm gonna grab you by your mandibular nerve and put you out. Let's wait. I wonder what Chaz is gonna say.
Yeah, because I know
I've
I've been waiting on this one, haven't you?
So before I begin, I just want to say I've been dreading talking about the AEW
Women's division. Oh Lord, here we go.
I have been dreading this day. I wish it would have never came, but I know it had to happen sooner or later. And I had high hopes for this division. They talked so highly of it. And let me just start by saying that AEW Women's Division is the most pitiful excuse for a wrestling division. It is treatment. It is terrible. It is old shit. It is garbage. It is fucking disgusting. Britt Baker should have done this from day fucking one. She should have won the AEW Women's Division, the title first. She should. Who the hell is a fucking Riho? Who the hell? What is a Riho? Riho? Like what? Like what is it? Please, I don't. She is no bigger than my cousin who's 14. She's like what, 12? Listen, like Britt Baker is the only star on the AEW Women's Division that is actually marketable, that it can actually has that star quality. And they dropped the ball. They wanted to make her this whole face. She's a fucking dentist. If you're going to use that gimmick, you can't make her a face. No one likes going to the dentist. Who the fuck like going to the dentist?
I mean, the dentist is pretty
put your
cool.
hand down, Clint. Stop lying.
I like the dentist.
Yo, I dead ass like the dentist.
Oh,
I get good
weird
reports.
people. Well, the average person don't like to. How about that, you weird?
Hey, okay, so let's break this conception, okay? Why is it that the dentist is considered like the bad guy, okay? They check your teeth. They tell you, hey, you know what? If you floss a little better, your teeth will be in better shape. Whereas a doctor walks in and goes, you got fucking cancer. And you're like, no lube? Like, you can't even just like, let me know, like, what's going on? Like, no, they like come in, they tell you you have influenza, you have the coronavirus, you have swine flu, you got some other crazy shit, and the dentist looks at you and goes, hey, you have some gingivitis, but if you brush your teeth twice a day, you'll have good breath and you'll have shiny teeth, so keep it up. And you're like, I will keep it up.
My shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth. Sorry, I had to do it.
The funny thing about the coronavirus, I didn't know what was going on for like the long, because I try to stay away from
my
news.
God.
And one of my at my job, one of the kids was like, did you hear about the corona? I said, what? What do you know about a corona, kid? What? I said, he said, no, people are sick. I'm like, what? And then that's when I looked it up. I'm like, oh shit, this is bad.
Yeah, it's very
Just a funny
bad.
segue about the coronavirus. I was like, yeah, I had some kid telling me what that people were dying in the world. That's how seclusion I don't watch the news. But yeah, Britt Baker. Yeah, she should. Yeah, she's the only star in that women's division. The only star. But I bet you on the other side, when I go up to Connecticut, right? I'm sorry, not Connecticut. Maybe more to Full Sail.
Uh-oh.
In Orlando, I can name you about 5 stars in the NXT women's division.
Bianca Belair.
Number 1, exactly. Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, Tegan Nox, Dakota Kai, like
Rhea.
Candice LeRae, Io Shirai. That's 6. Like, and you telling me Rhea Ripley, the champion, for Christ's sake.
Rhea.
And you think me to tell me if we have like some crossover, you want me to believe that Riho is probably up against fucking Rhea Ripley? She would break her limbs off and eat her for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And probably not even that, because she's skin and bones anyway. She's probably just like goddamn little shredded meat you put in your soup at the diner for like $3.99. No, man, like the women's division sucks. Fucking sucks in AEW. And it's just they talked all this shit about it, that it was gonna be this, and this, and it was just completely trash. Like it's
So
it's like it smells bad. I don't even watch
Just said
it.
it's smell.
Like
how do you fix it?
How do you think? Well, you don't have fucking Riho be your world champion. That's number 1.
True.
Okay.
Stop doing this whole pushing this Asian schoolgirl fetish that Kenny Omega has, because it's his fault. It's him. It's him and Brandy, to be completely honest. You know, honestly, don't have Kenny running, because his Asian schoolgirl fetish and these Japanese girls they're not getting. It doesn't make. It just looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense in this culture. We got to remember, the Japanese wrestling, the different styles and the culture of wrestling is different in parts of the world. And if you want to do a national television like AE and go against, you know, you got to remember
The norm.
not even necessarily the norm. Wrestling is wrestling, regardless of what you do. You still, like, the basic principles still apply. People say we don't live in, you know, they try to say they don't live in this heel versus face. Then what is wrestling? Like, it's not wrestling then. It's a stunt show. We pop for moves. So, no, like, you got to remember what gets over. And none of these Asian girls, and don't get me started on what is her name with the Freddie Mercury chick. What is her name? Sakura Bullcrap. That's her name. Sakura Bullcrap. What the hell? Y'all seen her work. What the fuck? And you got Excalibur talking like, oh, she's this trainee. I wish a bitch would try to train me and she go out there on national TV and wrestle like that. Stop pushing the Asians. And if it sounds racist, then fuck you. Because if you're offended, you deserve to be offended, because I'm not trying to be offensive.
This is 2020. Everyone's.
Then fuck you then, like, because, man, no.
We're going to lose Asian demographics, I can tell.
Fuck them.
I don't think Meltzer's going to approve of this either.
Meltzer's just...
You know how he feels about Japanese.
You can't tell me any Bianca Belair would beat all them girls in AEW every day of the week and twice on Sunday as just light work. They don't stand up. They just don't. And if they want to go head to head, they need Britt Baker has got to be the one.
Yep. To get the belt.
She's gonna carry it.
I'm not hating on the women's division now. I'm not hating on the division, because there are some that I do like. I love Britt Baker. She's like I said, she should have been number one from the start. Nyla Rose has grown on me. I like Nyla Rose. And then that TNA days, I like Kong. And I like Big Swole.
Big Swole?
Swole?
Yeah, I liked her since I saw her in the Mae Young Classic. So, yeah. But they have them, but they're not using them. Cool. They're doing this, like I said, this Asian schoolgirl thing, and it's yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was like a big miss with Chris Statlander and Shanna. Like those two, like they debuted and they fired off so quick. They connected so quickly with the crowd, and the next thing you know, it's just like, oh, where's Chris at now? You know what I mean? Like she was a top contender, now all of a sudden she's just not there, and they have this whole the Nightmare Collective thing kind of going on. It's kind of in a big disarray, and you can see like there's two sides, right? Because there's like Brandy's side with like all the American wrestlers, and then Kenny Omega side with all the Japanese wrestlers. And it's like they're not talking, they're not merging together, which is obviously causing disarray in like the whole division, which is fucking crazy because you would think that they could be like, all right, hey, we'll put on all these great matches with all this talent that we have, and it's like they're just not building it up like they should be.
It's they need to talk, or both of them just need to get the heck out of the way and get someone else to do it, because it's not working. It's not. The Nightmare and then don't get me wrong, they have a lot of good moving parts. The Nightmare Collective, if it could be done, just if they tweak like little certain things, I think it could get over, because I like the idea. The hair thing was kind of cool for me at first, because I would see what they were doing, and when they added, when they added the other people, it just didn't connect. And I think that's the issue.
You know what we could do to make the Nightmare Collective run better? Cancel it. Because you've already got a dark faction in it. I'm sorry. I know people are going to be pissed. But, like, you have the Dark Order, and then you have the Nightmare Collective, which is, like, the same thing. One for men, one for a women's division. Like, either put them together or take them apart and get rid of one. Because neither one are going to click with fans if you're trying to split the fans up, like, between who they should cheer for. Like, I get that the Nightmare Collective is supposed to be like this underground, like behind the scenes, off the books, kind of like hit list kind of style. But that's not how Brandy is selling it. She's selling it as like with this deep, weird kind of fetish group. Yeah, this weird cult. Where like the Dark Order literally came out and was like, "We are a cult. We will help losers become winners." And it's like, all right, Brandy, we love your idea, but when the Dark Order goes, then we can start the Nightmare Collective. But right now, it's just not a thing that should be connecting.
Yeah. Like I said, we could talk about this women's division all night, and I can tell you that this play, I can honestly tell you 50 different ways how you can fix it in this women's division. But we could probably do that for a special. let Chaz rebook the whole women's division from the beginning up to now. Wow, yeah, I could definitely do that. So we're gonna go on to the next topic. So the Royal Rumble happened.
Yes.
And after all the hype and the wait and speculation, I think that this Royal Rumble is possibly the greatest Royal Rumble ever, excluding also the greatest Royal Rumble, even though they include that in the stats, which is bullcrap. But yes, so let's go. Let's fire off opinions on it. Cliff.
So as far as like best Royal Rumble of all time, I don't know. I know it's definitely it would definitely. I don't know. It's not my top, only because I understand like we got like two parts to this Rumble, right? The first half of it where Brock Lesnar destroyed everybody, and then the last half with the return of, spoiler for those who didn't watch Rumble or live under a rock that's not in the wrestling world, Edge coming back.
My
So
hair.
it was great to see that, and it was great all around. And I love the fact that, spoiler for those who didn't watch Rumble, Drew McIntyre won. But I think
If you haven't seen it by now, then or I watch anything, then
You're living under a rock.
and plus if you're listening to this podcast as well, then you just need what? Did you like? You must be in a coma for like 2 weeks, and you haven't been on social media. I had friends who hadn't watched wrestling in like years text me, was like, "Hey, bro, you see Edge came back?"
Yep.
Like, of course I've seen it. Like, what do you mean, kid? But yeah. So no, if you haven't seen it, then go get a life.
So I think for me, what it is it's just I'm still very much like, we talked about it last show about our favorite Rumbles, and still to me, man, like Rey Mysterio winning will always be my top Rumble because of, like, obviously him 62 minutes in the ring, like winning it. It was awesome. The intro with Eddie's car. We had some great appearances as well in that Rumble, but yeah, I think if I'm gonna say something though, like Edge returning, I'm not gonna lie, I came out my chair. Like, I literally, I couldn't believe that after 9 years we had Edge coming back. The only thing that pissed me off about that whole thing, right, is you hear, "You think you know me," and out of nowhere you hear, "What? Could it be? No way." It's like, shut the fuck up, Michael Cole. Shut the fuck up. Let the moment breathe. We want to see Edge. We don't need you to talk about the things that he has done. Just shut up. You piss me off so much. Every time there's like an awesome surprise entrance, Michael Cole has to ruin it. He did it 3 years ago when Rey Mysterio came out, and every fucking time that there's like a crazy no. What? Could it be? Oh my! Oh my! Shut the fuck up. Jesus, Cole. That's what kills me every fucking time with the goddamn Royal Rumble. Is this that Michael Cole has to go off on a stupid tangent about how great things. Just let people enjoy the fucking moment, Vince. Okay? I'm talking to you. I know you're whispering things in fucking Michael Cole's ear. Okay? Just let the moment breathe, man. Just let the fans enjoy, okay? Even the fans at home, we don't care about what Michael Cole has to say. He runs his mouth too fucking much. But overall, the Rumble was great, but I don't know if I would put it in my greatest Rumbles of all time.
All right, Josh, what about you?
I loved this Royal Rumble. Like Cliff said, we had two parts to it. We had pretty much Brock being Thanos, and just with the gauntlet. Like, I literally, I picture it's like when Thanos in Infinity War was in Wakanda, just wiping out the Avengers. Um, when Tim and Keith Lee squared up in the ring, you can ask my brother. I was literally on. Yeah, and the storytelling's like, oh my god, it's like, is he about to, is he get eliminated, and then he somehow finds a way to win to knock both of them out. And And on top of that, when Ricochet and McIntyre came in, Ricochet had gotten the blow on him because the previous night before, not previous night, previous
Did we lose him?
He's like fading in and out.
Ricochet, and then to top it all off, Drew McIntyre. Who was a part of 3MB. I know, right? Come along. What? Okay, hello.
Yeah, we got you now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Let me continue. So
Had technical difficulties
when
there.
Edge got into the Rumble. Oh,
There we go. No, you're good. You're good now. We got you. We got you now.
Okay.
Because I'm totally not going to edit this
I was
all this
rambling.
stuff out. I'm going to let the Robotniks happen and let them listen to you
Lord.
try to explain and all from how you get from Brock, and then you're just super hyped for, oh my God, Drew McIntyre. And it's like, what? No, we're going to keep all this in. So, no, yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, right, exactly. So, yeah, no, I'm just totally keeping it. So, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me continue my my rant. Well, not my rant, but my explanation. Even though I know you guys probably seen it. So, in the second half of the Rumble, right? When we get to the second half, it was amazing. Edge returning, I legit cried. I legit cried. Edge was one of my favorites growing up, and you never would think that it was possible with his neck surgery that he was ever gonna step back in the ring. And I was actually skeptical, but nowadays medicine. So I mean, I think he's good. I mean, WWE doctors have cleared him. So, but like, and then him beating Roman, taking out Roman too, was awesome. But Drew winning the whole thing was just it was special because for a second it did look like Roman was about to win. And we came a long way, especially for Drew McIntyre, from somebody who was practically given up on. Vince, gave up on him. We see him from the 3MB, and now he's gonna be facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I just think the storytelling behind it is amazing. And it's one of the best storytelling Rumbles ever. I'm sorry that I was rambling, but like this was like my favorite topic of the show. And I was just getting oohs and ahs like throughout the whole match. It's one of the best Royal Rumbles. I'm not saying this is the best, but it's one of the best Rumbles that I've ever witnessed. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
I just can't wait till like a few months from now when Drew gets beat by Brock. I just want to see
and it's
how
all
you feel.
Ruined. Yeah, I'm gonna be heart crushed. I know. And please don't do that. Vince, please don't do it. I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna end up. He's gonna be like an 8-minute match of just 3 minutes, 2 minutes of just suplex, and then one F5 and it's over. And then all that build up for nothing. And then all the WWE marks are gonna be outraged. Oh my God, look what you've done. Brock has just buried everyone. He buried Braun back in 2017. He buried Joe. He buried Roman. He buried. He's always winning the title. He's not a fighting champion. I'm one of those people, by the way. I'll admit, I am one of those people. I can't stand Brock. But honestly, I gotta give my respect to Brock though. He worked. He
did.
And I like, even though like I'm still gonna hate Brock because it's just fun to hate him. But like he worked, but like yeah, I'm still gonna hate Brock, because he doesn't defend his championship on a regular basis.
Can we acknowledge that when Keith Lee came in the ring, Brock Lesnar was like, "Who is this motherfucker?"
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Did you see him jamming the MVP? That was funny.
Listen, Brock was on point the whole Rumble. Like, this is why you cannot really, honestly, you cannot talk crap about Brock. Brock is one of the best to ever do it. His facial expressions, the way he bumps, the way he sells. Brock's a big guy, so he's got to dominate. He's legit the most credible champion, if you want to look at it, on Raw right now. So he's not going to take a lot of bumps, but when he does, it's like, as you saw at the Rumble, when he took that first bump when Keith came in, the crowd went crazy. They were like, oh, like Brock's down, like, oh, is Keith gonna do it? This Rumble, to me, honestly, I think if it doesn't go at number 1, it's number 2.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's number 2 because, it was 2 Rumbles. And there was many storytelling in each part of the Rumble. And like the Royal Rumble and the concept, you get moments. And it gave us moments throughout. And
moments
that you won't forget. Keith Lee and Brock Lesnar stare down. You're not going to forget the moment when, when New Day and Ray teamed up and was like, all right, no, let's go get this motherfucker. Like, he's one nigga, and it's 3 of us. Like, you remember moments like that. You remember, oh, God, John Morrison. There you go. As fast as you in. You remember when it started getting crowded in there. People was in there. You remember the moment. The Claymore. The Claymore that Brock took. Brock took it. Like I said, Brock's the greatest ever do it. He made sure that with every angle that you got it, you see that Drew's foot hit him right smack in his face. And the bump he took, and then Brock laid there. Brock laid there and sold. Brock didn't just get up, head catch his breath, because, no, he stayed there. He sold. He was shocked. And then, of course, Drew with the intimidation, bruh. Like, this Rumble in itself. And then Edge's return, 9 years. 9 long years. There were grown men crying.
One of those was Chaz Evans.
Yes. Chaz Evans.
Yeah.
I cried. I did. I remember. I would never forget it. I remember the day. I remember the promo when he said he retired. This wrestling stuff be getting me emotional, but like, it was that in itself is a moment you don't forget. The spears, the Rated RKO reunion, like moments throughout, and then Drew ultimately winning. Like, it was probably the best Royal Rumble from a storytelling purpose, and like they gave you moments that you won't forget. I'm telling you, we will forever talk about this Rumble for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. This Rumble will honestly stay in everyone, and if in real, if you really, really enjoy and know wrestling, not just some idiot internet mark, but it will always be in somebody's top 5 Rumbles. Because it was really good moment by moment.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I think that I enjoyed it, and we were all moving, like skeptical and worried about the Rumble because we were, I think it was a cheap way though how they did it though, because they had 27 spots filled, and then Bobby wasn't in there, Lana wasn't in there, and not Lana, but Rusev, they weren't in there. Heavy Machinery said they were going to be in there. They weren't in there. Like, I'm kind of sort of like, what happened to that? But all in all, that Rumble itself was, definitely. If it's not number 1, it's number 2, definitely. So we're going to move on next, and that is the terrible thing that is the WWE Raw Tag
Oh my god. Oh Lord.
Recently we had a title change. The Viking Raider Experience
The War Experience
lost their Raw Tag Team Championships to, ladies and gentlemen, before I give it to you, the Monday Night Messiahs group. Whatever their actual name is, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to really do it. I guess those are his disciples, and they're just, I don't know. They need 12. That's all I'm saying. But yes. Now, you're probably thinking, if you haven't seen it already, AOP finally won the belts, right? They're the only tag team in there, right? Yay, AOP finally gets their due. Okay. But, no. Ladies and gentlemen, AOP did not win that match. AOP wasn't even in the match. The two single wrestlers, the single competitors of the group, competed and won. Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins are the tag team champions for Monday Night Raw. What the fuck? So, what did the Viking Raiders do, ladies and gentlemen? They were jobbers. They jobbed out to Big Daddy Seth, Cool Guy Rollins, and his new bad guy persona. And now what is it? Seth has won the tag team championship, 5 times now? And with 5 different people? So here's the debate. Here's the question. So, did the Viking Raiders need to move on from the WWE to be successful? Let's start off with you, Josh.
Can I get one more Darth Vader breath real quick? Oh my god. Why? I just want to pick Vince's brain and understand why. Because I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel so bad for the Viking. The War Experience. I feel bad for them. Like, they debut on Raw, right? And then when they debut, they get their name changed. And even though they dominated, I forgot what match it was. They dominated when they first debuted. Nobody cared because of their name. And then when they finally started they got momentum, sort of, but like nobody really cared. The booking for them is so bad. And it sucks because like their team name, they're Vikings. What you expect from Vikings, you expect them to kick ass. And it would have been better if they would have lost to AOP. Because it makes sense. AOP is an actual tag team. Honestly, I just feel like WWE doesn't give a crap about their tag division. Which is why, people are like the Viking Raiders, they're like kicked to the curb. It really sucks. Because if you look back in NXT, they were so well booked. They were great. And then they come to the main roster and typical Vince way, they find a way to ruin it. And it really sucks. It honestly sucks. I think they should move on, but I don't think they are because Vince is probably going to give them a fat paycheck. This sucks. It sucks so much because they have so much potential to be so good. And they're jobbing to Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. When I would have been okay if they would have jobbed to AOP. But I don't even think a job. They shouldn't even job to anybody because.
Cliff is shaking his head over here. He's just like, absolutely the fuck not. They should not have. What you got, Cliff?
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah,
Rollins
just
deserved to win
switching
them
over.
tag
I don't want
titles.
to talk about this.
100%. Yep, I said it. You know why? Because Seth Rollins is a tag team
What?
specialist. Yep, tag team specialist. I said it here first. You heard me, okay? He's won the title 6 times with 5 different people, okay? Dean, John Moxley, Roman, or Joey, depending on how you want to call him. Buddy, okay? Braun Strowman,
Oh my God.
and the guy with the hurt neck, Jason Jordan, okay? Kurt Angle's son. He made them
Forgot
all
about that.
superstars. That's what he does. He's a tag team specialist, okay? And you want to talk about AOP being that guy. He almost beat AOP by himself when Dean turned on him. So I don't want to hear any fucking noise about AOP being the top team that they should have won the title, okay? No. 100% the Viking Raiders deserve to lose those titles. I don't care how great they were. They weren't putting any butts in the seats, okay? Their whole stick is amazing. I do love them. I love watching them. I see how athletic they are. But if you keep putting a team in squash matches and keep saying they're defending the titles, guess what they're really not doing? Defending the titles or even giving you anything to enjoy about the team. So if you're not investing in the team with these good matches, and the only teams that you're having them go against is the Good Brothers, who they got beat by twice, and they're beating the Street Profits, who's beating the Good Brothers, we're not really doing anything to lift the division. So maybe this would be a great opportunity for Seth to take one of the titles that kind of lost its luster, throw it on a person who lost 3 straight matches to Aleister Black and still wasn't having any shine taken off of him. And you elevate not only talent, but the titles as well. So I think, personally, is it shitty? Yeah, because it's a makeshift team beating an established tag team. But it's like people forget that that's where Seth started, was a big tag team. Like, the Shield made their debut on the main roster. It wasn't like it was like Seth and then he like called over 2 friends and they joined him. They all debuted together. So the Shield was dominating everybody, and Seth Rollins is an architect for a reason. And you could put it out there like, well, have you seen how big the Viking Raiders are? They're fucking massive, man, and they shouldn't be getting beat. They didn't. They lost in heel tactics. Like, that's what happens, okay? And it is what it is. Whatever. I mean, you guys can hate me all you want, but guess what? At the end of the day, I'm fucking right.
I just don't agree. When you said that, I just thought you were trolling so bad. Just trolling. Just trolling so bad.
But here's the thing,
I just can't agree.
Here's the thing. How does Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy elevate the division by not being a tag team? First of all, an established tag team, and who they get into is the first people they get into a feud with, who gets shots at a title. Another makeshift tag team. Why aren't
okay? No.
Why aren't
Do not go out there and bastardize WWE for putting a makeshift team and winning the tag titles when Kenny Omega and Adam Page are out there on a fucking team, okay?
I don't want to hear the Elite. They're together as a team. They're a whole faction. With the Elite is a faction. You can't do that.
Page is not with the Elite. He quit.
Oh, that's bull crap. He's still part of the Elite. He was drunk. Yeah, man, he was drunk. But no, man, like, I don't think, this is my opinion, if you're going to make this Raw tag team division actually work, you need to use the tag teams that you have.
Actually invest.
You pay these tag team wrestlers to what? Be tag team, to get over. And you don't let them shine. What was the purpose of the Street Profits coming up if you're not going to actually use them? and just
Thank
have
you.
them do the backstage skits. Now, don't get me wrong. Are they entertaining? Yes. But
Yes.
let them wrestle too.
Mm-hmm.
The OC. Like, the OC. Why are you constantly burying the OC? First of all, that's number one. And they should have, honestly, they should have left the Usos on Raw. They're on, they moved them in SmackDown because Naomi's on SmackDown, and I get that the whole couple thing. So I understand it, but they should have kept the Usos on Raw. The Raw tag, the Viking Raiders did absolutely nothing with those championships. They did absolutely freaking nothing.
You're right.
They every week we saw them job out in enhancement talent.
Yep.
Squash match after squash match. Random championship match on the pay-per-view. Or then, by this time we had Survivor Series, so hey, we get to, easy peasy booking. We just put them against the NXT champions and the SmackDown champions, who are actually credible tag teams. So, and then we wonder why we don't care about the tag team divisions. And Cliff saying that they don't put the butts in the seats. Well, if you don't actually put the tag division on display, how are you going to get butts in seats? If you keep having them job out to enhancement talent, how are you going to put butts in seats? Like, I'm just saying, like, if you don't give the talent to shine, they're not going to be able to get over. If you don't put them in the right situations, they're not going to get over. You're not, like, they're big guys. If you just have them, what are we going to care about enhancement talent if they're beating enhancement talent every week? Like, what? How did they get them over? They look like enhancement talent. They look like garbage. Like they couldn't beat them a mile away. So how are we going to get invested in them if you're not invested yourself?
I mean, I feel where you're coming from, at least with Survivor Series, because those are 3 credible tag teams. Obviously, they are all tag champions, so they have to be credible teams. But I think the bigger problem is, obviously, Vince, once they go up to the main roster, because Triple H invested all this time into, like, the Street Profits, into the Viking Raiders, the War Machine, or War Raiders, whatever they were going by at that time. All these teams, but then what we're seeing, too, and it goes through all of WWE, is that Triple H really doesn't have all that much control, because if we look at the Dusty Classic, the last 2 winners were makeshift teams. They weren't even they weren't established. Like, Undisputed Era is getting beat in the first round of a tournament. Like, what? Like, no, that's your tag champs. Why are they getting beat? Now you have Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne going for the NXT titles next week next week in Portland. And then you have teams like Aleister Black and Ricochet winning and then losing to, the War Raiders. But I think the problem that we're having, though, is that, it's a problem with Vince not wanting to invest in the tag division. He hates the tag division. And for, like, the stupidest fucking reason, you have to pay for an extra ticket to get the tag team over. That's the only reason why he doesn't like tag teams. And to not invest in the tag team division is it's crazy. And you're not putting your energy out there. But I think overall, man, I love the teams that they have, because the teams they have all have, like, great personalities, and they all have, like, their own little quirks and drives about them. I just think how Vince sees it is that, hey, well, this is a guy who was a tag team specialist. That's what he did. He's won it 6 times. Let's just throw it on him again. Or he won it 5 times. Let's just throw the title back on him again. And it is what it is with that. I mean, shit, I didn't like it. I'm one of those guys that thought that AOP should have been the ones in there, and then Rollins could have costed the Viking Raiders the tag titles, because then I think it fits better with the dynamic. Because then you could still have Buddy Murphy go after the mid title, and you could have Seth Rollins go after the main title, and that you would have all the teams with all the gold. Kind of like, I don't know, this weird group in NXT that no one really has ever heard of called the Undisputed Era. But I agree, man. I think it's bullshit. But in the same token, I'm gonna go out my way and say I like the fact that Seth and Buddy won the titles.
So, okay, guys, yes or no question. So, do the Viking Raiders need to move on from WWE to be successful?
Yes.
Cliff.
No, it's weird for me to say that because I know that as War Machine, they're gonna be incredible, like in the indie scene, as well as like in AEW or even NWA for that. But I think more people know them now as the Viking Raiders than they ever did as War Machine, and I feel like they bring in a lot of they sell them a lot of merchandise. Like if you're talking about winning titles and stuff like that, I still have to think that they're on the right brand, because I don't know if someone like AEW would put the titles on the Viking Raiders.
Okay. Josh?
Yes.
Oh.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's move on. Okay. So, I'm gonna go with yeah. Just I don't think they need to be on Raw. I wouldn't necessarily say leave WWE. I think they can be used better, like on SmackDown. I wouldn't mind seeing New Day and the Viking Raider experience, mix it up. I wouldn't like seeing the Usos versus the Viking Raider War Machine. Like, I think SmackDown, they have more of they have a lot of credible teams. The Revival, if they don't stop declining so much money, maybe we can get the Viking Raiders and the Revival. There's so many established teams I think on SmackDown where I think they can thrive on, and I think possibly maybe and they can go back to NXT. I think those two brands they can anyone they can be I guess used a little bit better and be successful. So we're gonna move on to I think probably now my favorite segment of our show, and that's the Red Dogs Power Rankings.
Oh boy.
I'm ready. Let's do this, Mr. Red Dog. What's the power rankings for this week? This first February.
Well, we missed a week, so let's talk about the January 25th power rankings really quick. So, we're going to start us off. I can't wait to see how many people disagree with me on this one. Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy were sitting in at number 10. This was exactly after they beaten the Viking Raiders. So, number 9, we've got us the Broserweights. Actually, it's funny. A lot of tag teams are going to be on this list. Number 8, Omega and Page, which again, new tag titles. So shout outs. Number 7, this one might be kind of cool. I know a lot of people will like this one. DIY. I thought DIY definitely with their matchup against Mustache Mountain definitely deserved to be in this mix. Number 6, we're sitting with Becky Lynch. Number 5, bum 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 bum. Yeah, we're talking about Imperium, like beating Undisputed Era and being a man down after Alexander Wolf, which Godspeed to you. Hope for a speedy recovery. Coming back was that matchup was fire. Number 4, we got to give it to the holder of the 10 pounds of gold, Nick Aldis, moves into our list at number 4. Big win. It was definitely a lot of fun to watch. Number 3, again, this is going to be somebody else who's going to be a little pissed about this one. NWA's newest television title champion, Ricky Starks. Now, I put him on this list because he wrestled 3 times and had 3 fire matches in one night. So I have to say, like, that's the dude right there. Moving in number 2, Jon Moxley. Of course, his big win over Pac, that was definitely important. And then number 1, the one that you guys have been waiting for so long. Just like me, he is limitless, and he is also the dethroner of the prophecy. So we have to give it up to the man, and we would find out in a future time he would go toe to toe with Mr. Brock Lesnar, and that is the man himself, Keith Lee, sitting at number 1. So that would have been my top 10 power rankings as far as January 25th goes. Let's move on to February 1st. Actually, it would be 2nd because we're recording it today. So let's start us off, right? Number 10, we're sitting with the monster among men, Braun Strowman. How you guys feel so far?
I can take that one. I can take that.
New IC champ, definitely deserves it. Number 9, Cody Rhodes. Hey man, anytime that you give 3 Crossroads to somebody, I'm all in. Number 8, we have the Inner Circle. Number 7, the winners of the Dusty Cup Finals, the Broserweights. Then we have number 6, which this was a surprise match to me, and I was super excited to see this match happen. Finn Balor versus Trent Seven, and Finn winning that match was fire.
He didn't have to kick him like that though. He didn't have to kick him like that. That was so ignorant. Like, yes, he didn't even see him coming.
No.
My man was in the middle of his entrance. My man hit the breakout off of 2K. Just said, bow!
Yep. Elimination time. I was so fly. So, number 5, we're getting to the man herself. Becky Lynch. I thought that match with Asuka was fire. So, big ups. Number 4, you guys gonna have to strap in for a good time because the Fiend was not playing around with Daniel Bryan.
He
whipped him like a Hebrew slave. Oh my God! It was just watching slavery. He just went. And I was just like, oh my God, this man's poor back.
Yo, the welts that were left after the match, and they showed, I was like, bruh, I feel bad. So, number 3.
You say that now until you get into a strap match.
I felt bad. No, I felt so bad. I don't want to. That's not a thing. Things I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to get in a strap match, and I don't want to be in a hardcore match. Nor do I want to be powerbombed on Legos. Like, those are just things I don't want to do.
I've been powerbombed on toy cars.
Yeah, I know.
Like the little metal toy cars, yeah.
Oh.
Your buddy there from Control did that to me in a match. Mr. Showtime himself, Chris Manning.
Damn.
Just went boom on the outside too. It was on the concrete too.
Yeah, that didn't sound like fun at all.
Oh yeah, that was the finish. Just put it out there.
Number 3, we will have to talk about that brawl around the arena, around the stadium. Mr. Roman Reigns, you have been moved up to number 3. It was a great, solid match. And then number 2, a lot of people can be pissed at me about this one too, but the Queen herself eliminating Shayna Baszler. You have to give it to her because the reaction that she got in that match was unbelievable. Everybody was so pissed, especially because it was a sloppy ending. But I think what was interesting was somebody mentioned on, I don't remember what channel I was listening to, but they said she won it again. And I was like, no, she hasn't. She hasn't won it again at all. She's only won it once. So sorry to y'all, to those who think that they were well established in the women's Royal Rumble, because there's only been 3 winners, and
I was about to say it's only been 3 now.
We try to
Charlotte's been in every single championship match in WrestleMania since she's debuted.
So what? You say so down. So what? You're still gonna watch, and you're still gonna be pissed if she wins. You're still gonna be pissed if she's in it. It does not matter.
You're right.
But let's give it up to the number 1 on our list. He's big, beefy. He's the sexy Scotsman, Drew McIntyre.
I think that's a unanimous one right there. I think, yeah.
Yep.
That's like Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens unanimous MVP. Yeah, he's a unanimous number 1. Yeah. I think
unanimously not playing in the Super Bowl.
Same. So am I.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why we're gonna wrap this one up, guys. That's the power rankings for this week. Actually, for the past 2 weeks, Red Dog giving us the power rankings. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the show. We have come to the end. We're sorry, but we got to watch the Super Bowl, which is actually, by the time you're listening to this, came on yesterday. So we don't know who's going to win. So maybe next week we'll talk about it, and we'll see if we're excited. So actually, make some picks, guys. All right, Josh, who you got winning? Did he die on me? Is he gone? Who you got winning?
Because Andy Reid's a choker.
Andy Reid's a choke.
I have the 40.
He's at the 49ers, he says. I'm taking the Chiefs.
You're taking the Chiefs? I'm taking the Chiefs as well.
Andy Reid's a choker.
Yeah, he is, but we'll see what happens. So
is your phone connection, but we're not talking about that.
Oh, keeping all this in. Not taking this out in post. Because you get the raw file, the raw action right here on the 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chaz Evans. It's Cliff Red Dog Miller, Lil JJ. I got to go call Chris Idol to make sure he's not dead. So we'll see you guys again next week on the 3 count.